Hello, my name is Marjorie Chan from the University of Utah. I'm happy to be part of this Goldschmidt discussion, and I'll be talking about successes and challenges and moving on to the future, particularly for professional societies. My talk will consist of three parts. First, a little bit of my own personal journey and a perspective. Secondly, some of the challenges facing societies, and I'll use the Geological Society of America as an example. And third, some of the implications for the future, particularly because our science has become more global. My own personal journey started with the supportive home environment. My father was a marine biologist who went on many adventures, and all of our family vacations were field trips. Along with my two younger sisters, we were strongly encouraged to love science. We were taught that science was for everyone, and we shouldn't let the boys have all the fun. But as I went on in my education, I realized that mentors were extremely important. They give us legitimate recognition, they give us access to the community, and they provide credentials. I turned to my mentors many times for advice and support. And when I got to my first job, you can imagine why I might have felt I needed advice and support. At the University of Utah in the College of Mines and Earth Science, faculty of 50, I was the first and only full-time female faculty member. Another atmospheric scientist in the upper left shared a position with her husband. So you can see what the numbers are at the bottom, and even over the years, the numbers have not increased dramatically as they should have. The Geological Society of America 100 years ago had a makeup that was very similar to the picture that I showed of my college. GSA's vision is to be the premier geological society supporting global community in scientific discovery, communication, and application of geoscience knowledge. This is a very noble vision, but in today's world, you cannot be premier and global without being diverse. So this is one of the biggest challenges for societies. Societies are also facing declining membership. Despite some of the growth from the international sector, societies are seeing that the numbers are starting to decline. This affects their future of their society. For GSA, it was important to gather data. From data that was collected, it was realized that students comprise 30% of the membership. And so students are really the lifeblood and the future of the society. It was hard to get ethnicity and race data, so in 2013, as the membership was surveyed, only about 56% of the membership responded. But you can see the different categories of the races shown on the lower left. White and Caucasian is still a very large number of 86%. But it's clear, even from at this time, that one of the best strategies would be to target diverse students, because students are a part of the membership that are large and could grow. So GSA would employ diverse strategies of role models, mentors, and experiences. And particularly in the geosciences, we love experiences. That really kind of shapes who we are and who we become. So the Geological Society of America decided to implement experiences at the 125th anniversary of the society. So in 2013, as we were celebrating this anniversary, we decided to take the numbers 1, 2, 5, and if you took the first letter of each of those numbers, it would be OTF. We called the program On to the Future. I was the chair of the diversity committee initiating this program at the time. So the OTF experience would have multiple components. We would bring in students and recent grads from diverse groups. We would have them experience their first GSA meeting and provide traveling funding for them to get there. We would provide free meeting registration and a student membership, and we would hook them up with mentors during the meeting. They would have the opportunity to meet with the GSA leadership and find out what was going on in the society. We would have special breakfast sessions to kick off each day of the meeting, where we would also talk about different opportunities that were available, and we would close with the evening reception. In our first cohort, our first gathering of these students experiencing things for the first time, we had high school students up through graduate students, and you can see the different places that they came from across North America. Over the years since 2013, we've had 647 participants in the OTF program. You can see the ethnicity and race data from the aggregated years, covering about 6 years, and you can see that white, Caucasian, and Hispanic Latino both comprise about 30%, with some of the other groups making up the smaller percentages here. But you can see that from this distribution, we can get a glimpse of what a society actually could be with some effort put into increasing diversity. The outcomes from the OTF program were very positive. You can see some of the statements from students. It was empowering, it was amazing, it was beneficial. The experience made them feel like they belonged. The OTF program helped them see what the science was and the different aspects of their science. It provided important networking. They got hooked up with a mentor. They got insights to some of the opportunities, and overall they found it an inspiring experience, and they found it comforting to know that they could be a part of the society. In the 2018 OTF cohort, we actually surveyed them for some of the important outcomes. And you can see that this happy group said that they gained networking, friendships that they built and could sustain over the years. They got a knowledge of some of the opportunities, they enjoyed the mentorship, and they actually got some tools to help them plan their career path forward. We also did a longitudinal survey to survey both the students as well as some of the professionals. The OTF students said that they got graduate school and job exposure, they enjoyed the networking, and they developed different skills for use in research as well as communication. The benefits to the mentors were that they actually got great satisfaction in being able to help others. They enjoyed getting to know promising young scientists, and they could actually get a glimpse of what the future was for the society based on these young, enthusiastic scientists. So it's an important lesson that to stay relevant, societies really should aggressively invest in diverse, young, early career people. For the GSA, it was really important to get diverse students to the meetings, give them positive experiences. And this actually has really helped change some of the meeting experience and some of the climate that's at the meeting. What we found is that cohorts were extremely important, because having this group that comes together, experiencing things together, can really build synergy. It assists in the networking, they build up strong collegiality, and it makes the students feel empowered in their interactions as well as in their science. And so it really does build confidence. The impact for the future. We know that racism in geosciences is still a challenge today, but some of these programs can help change the future. These sustainable programs do require money, and they require donors as well as staff time to help provide some of the continuity to the programs. It's important to recognize that there are biases, and it's not always a level playing field. But as societies, we need to be sensitive to some of the cultural differences, and we need to collect data so that we can build up important priorities and establish a correct vision. It's our responsibility to help diverse students experience the richness of our societies, and this is going to lead to better science. We can take a situation that might be like this on the left, but actually help change this to bring together people more seamlessly across all these diverse ethnicities and races. And what this will allow us to do is to be inclusive and to plug in and actually do better, more efficient science. How will diversity change and increase? The bad news is it has been slow over the years, and it'll probably take some generations. But the good news is it might be slightly better than it was, and we're raising awareness. And ultimately, change is coming. According to my fortune cookie, the best news is that there are still opportunities for change. And in particular, cyber technology and social media are rapidly changing the landscape. So in summary, we should use our own journeys to be proactive. We should use our experiences to actually share and help build synergies to help try to make a difference. Our science communities really must be leaders. We should confront the issues, and our societies should be investing in diversity and some of the best known practices, because this is what is really needed to help prepare the next generation. It's very important that we need cultural change in the geosciences, and this is what is going to give us an exciting future and help train the best and the brightest young people to solve the world's problems and challenges ahead. Thank you very much.